You know, I'm gonna miss Gatling Work. It's sad he got cancelled for accepting the apology of someone who defended a racist. That's like third degree cancellation, what the hell? But yeah, Web Suarez put him best himself. He's not white, so he really shouldn't have had a say in this. Hey, wait a minute! It's sad because Animated Inanimate Battle was a really good object show, and still remains in my top 10. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Great object show. S tier. But AIB isn't the thing we're gonna talk about today. Wait, it's not? Why are we making cancel culture jokes then? Instead, we're gonna talk about another object show that's on the S tier. Oh boy, I wonder which one we'll pick. It's not like it's in the fucking title. Let's go with Freedom Island. What? What the fuck is a shape battle? Shape Battle, not to be confused with Shape World, a show that was not made by Sakura, you fucking newjack. The show created by PDDRM Animation all the way back in 2012 with a cast of apparently 17 contestants. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the contestants.
Let's see how many contestants there are. Okay.
Wait, what? No, go back. I didn't get to see the 8 frames. That's all we get. That's all we fucking get. Eventually, the creator basically left YouTube with his channel going down with him. Thankfully, a channel called The Graveyard of YouTube re-uploaded this object show, meaning this masterpiece is still available for us to see. Actually, I wonder what people think about this show. You know what? Let's look at the comment. What is this? Is that a... Did I vote on the episode? It's a re-upload, dumbass! It literally says don't vote on the title! I think this was the first time I've ever voted on an object show. Yeah, that's fair. Screw you, BFDI. I'm saving my first vote for the real MVPs. I think IDFB was the second one. Shape Battle is the 5th or 6th object show I've ever watched. So part of the reason I like it so much is nostalgia. Because yeah, disregarding that, this show has its fair share of flaws. The main one being the cast. Where are they? To put it simply, half of these characters is Profile 2.0, and when I say that, I mean you don't even know they even exist. Yeah, no dude, I've been here the whole time. Yeah, trust me, I've been
Hey, I'm here!
In object shows, it's expected to have some kind of balance with how much screen time you give to each character. Perfect balance is impossible to achieve, especially when a character gets out and we never see him again. I'm currently on episode 6 of my object show, and every character has the exact same amount of lines. But you can generally tell there's at least an attempt. Shape Battle doesn't even try. There's no better way to prove my point than by watching the intros. Episode 3's intros only features 7 out of the 17 contestants, and episode 4's intro basically goes like this. Alright guys, let's do this. We got Red Circle Hexagon, Gold Square Green Ball, Strawberry Indigo, and Green Pentagon, and everyone else I guess. I don't know. And now let's take a look at episode 3's team.
You're gonna be split up, so red circle, strawberry, candy, tissue, bright rectangle, green ball, nickel, gold square, and brown square and puff ball. You're all gonna be forming a team together. And as for the second team, pizza, turkey, ball cap, indigo triangle, ice cream from regular vase, orange pentagon, and jigsaw.
Wait, candy, tissue, and puffball?
Yeah, they're cameo contestants.
Oh.
They're prioritizing fucking cameo characters over the actual contestant. And you can tell this is a very early and vote to animated object show, when the first contestant safe has as much relevance as that one rock at the background of BFB 25. I'm serious. The only thing Blueberry does is being the first safe in episode 3. That's literally the only screen time she gets outside of the cash shot and the intro. But in the end, it was a necessary sacrifice in order to bring spotlight to the one, the only, Red. Look, there's no way around it. Red Circle is the mascot of Shape Battle, and you can't deny that he gets special treatment. He has by far the most line out of every contestant. He has his own speaker box, he's the one driving the car on episode 3, he's the one who is interacting with every single cameo, and he has one of the best stand-up in the OSC, still being below this one, who's also below this one.
Oh my origami book that's called Geo.
Red Circle has a whopping 70% of the show's screen time. Okay, no, that's a lie, I just made that up. What if we actually tested though? So, what did we learn? Well, it only takes less than an hour to get a couple 100,000 views. Out of the total 37 minutes and 33 seconds of Shape Battle's runtime, Red Circle has 6 minutes and 28 seconds of screen time, which is about 17.2% of the show. That number doesn't mean much. Here's some other statistics. Okay, so I wanted to show how big that number was by comparing it to the screen time distribution video, but I couldn't get any conclusive results, so we're just gonna move on. Why am I even keeping this in the video? I heard some people say Red Circle had plot armor, and I get what they mean, but it's just not the correct term. Plot armor is Afterbone getting the last save spot in every fucking episode. On the opposite side of the coin, Red Circle has been up for elimination every single time. Well, yeah, okay, they did rig the fucking vote in episode 3 in order to get Orange Rectangle eliminated instead of him. Yeah, that's right, the point. Teapot won the only one who dismissed the non-existent votes in order to... Boy, dude, you can stop now. You can... Boy, what the fuck are you doing? Have you considered that maybe he changed his name from Invisible Peanut Butter Jar to non-existent? What if he didn't like being called Invisible Peanut Butter Jar? Have you ever thought about that, liberal? It's not that deep, dude. But to be fair, they kinda made up for it by bringing back Orange Rectangle later on. And also, we put Red Circle up for elimination with only 3 people in the very next episode. There's no way he was gonna survive, especially with an unfair elimination right before. Fun fact, Red Circle is actually the reason I know Shape Battle exists. I remember discovering the show by watching a video called Best of Red Circle. You know those videos where it's like a montage of the character's moment that released when the character gets eliminated? You know, the one I did for season 2. Actually, I wonder if that video still exists. Nah, it wasn't this one. First of all, it had this as a thumbnail. And also, this video doesn't have the best of music. You know, the one that's... Overall, an S tier character. This is what my S tier look like. Look, all I'm gonna say is, it's no wonder the show got cancelled the episode he got eliminated. Okay, so the poll distribution was all I had to say. Like, I have other pros and cons to point out, but it's not something that I can really expand on them. I'll just list them off real quick, I guess. Let's start with the bad points. The results of the first challenge are really inconsistent. In the episode it says there's only 6 safe spots, and then the TV shows everyone who got it. Then we have the voting result, and as for those 3, fuck it, I guess we got an easy win. And to add insult to injury, in the next episode they show everyone who completed the challenge, and Strawberry and Ballcap are just sneaking around at the crowd. Like, no guys, they didn't do shit. Oh, and also they took Blueberry's spot. Like, yeah, why not at this point? Wait a minute, how did Hexagon lose? Like, he had a coin in the episode, what even happened?
The microphone is my golden coin. You think that's bad? I got hit by a train and that caused my golden coin to fly out of my hand.
Feels like that was important to mention before!
Episode 3B is also really confusing. Like, they make it a big deal that Brown Rectangle's team fell off the cliff, and it gets resolved, like, off screen. Also, Brown Rectangle's team was the first to cross the line, but they still ended up losing because they were missing a member being Circle. But like, there's only 3 people at the finish line. What the fuck are you talking about? Third, Toge is saying something here.
Says the contestant who exploded in the game. You need to lose weight.
But since you speak too quietly, we can't hear anything. So let's increase the volume.
That's not fair! He barely even did anything!
Says the contestant who exploded in the game. You need to lose weight.
I did it. I solved the mystery. Where's my million views? And lastly, learn how to make a white face. Oh my god. The good points. This face is funny. This one made Ollie laugh. This joke is funny.
Oh my god, no way! You won $700 million?
This shot is iconic. I love the full reaction at once. And also, everyone is unbelievably shocked when Gold Square is the next one safe.
Yes, really.
Prove it!
It has a vocoder version of its voice.
We're going to say who's going to be eliminated.
That one's a mixed bag, honestly. The autotune bit stays like this for the entire episode. And the type of autotune the speaker box has changes every line. So it really depends on which one they're gonna use. For example, this one is pretty nice. But that's kind of the exception. Why did I put this in the positive? I think one of the reasons I liked this show so much as a kid is that I think it was one of the first object shows to start off with no teams. Well, okay, there were teams in episode 3, but that was a temporary thing. Like in Burger Bro, oh no. There was also the 13 people elimination. I think that was a big factor as it was kind of similar to BFDI A3's elimination, which is good, you know. As a kid, the elimination used to be my favorite part, and the more people it had, the better. Now let's talk about the show's legacy. It's kind of funny watching the object show characters rank from most to best video series and seeing half of the Shape Battles cast being decimated after only a third of the list. And when we finally reach half of the list, we can see a noticeable lack of Shape Battles character in the remaining cast compared to like the list of every other object shows. Furthermore, it is kind of funny in the Super Duper Thing randomizer, you know, the show I copied, when at the start of the elimination they explain every people with no vote will disappear, and then they go through this process show by show, and when they get to Shape Battle, nothing happens, and this is what's left of the cast after the elimination. But despite everything I've thrown at the show throughout the course of this video, I still really do like it. I considered it worthy enough to be part of my object show voting series, and it also had the privilege of being amongst one of the few shows I made paper cutouts of, alongside BFDI, II, Object Overload, Object Lockdown, and Object Havoc. The oddballs in a group of normal object shows. Look, there's the cast. And that's Tennis Ball. And that's Golfer. Wow, okay, yeah, Night Drop citing the cast, dude. And that's Dave. That is not David. Yeah, so apparently I printed a fan art instead of the actual thing. So now I have to live with this. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to talk about Shape Battle, but this is my video. I do what I want. And I'm clearly not the only one who likes this show. When the creator made a tweet to announce his return, he received a whopping 377 likes. Wait, the creator returned? Yeah, so apparently during the process of thinking about making this video, PDDRM Animation, now known as Pierce Alpha O'Shea, made his comeback. And in any other instances, it would have been a good thing, but for the very specific context of me making this video, it's kind of bad timing. The purpose of this video was to give spotlight to a 13-year-old object show that people may have forgotten about. But now, it looks like I made this just because the creator returned. I promise I had the idea way before. Here's my evidence. Come on guys, talking about the 13-year-old object show was the one thing I came up on my own. Don't steal this from me, please. Well, I think he's the main character. This is strange now because now I actually have some kind of deadlines to making this video, because I absolutely do not want to post this right after the show will eventually return. Well, I guess it's kind of on me for taking 6 months to start working on the video. I'm actually curious. Give me your honest opinion on Shape Battle. Oh, bro's gonna receive a 13-minute long response. Okay, let's wrap this up. While making this video, I found a sneak peek of the original 5th episode of the show before it got cancelled. Wait, is that Cricket? What did they do to my boy? No, keep the JPEG ass. It was better. In conclusion, this show is the most I don't have favorite type shit object show I've seen. Final score, 7 out of 10. Good job.
Le temps va passer, je cherche sans trouver.